Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. It's true.
Very cool one.
Exciting.
We have heard this song. Actually,
Yes.
I have been replaying the shit out of this song.
Correct.
For the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Now, I haven't seen anyone on YouTube do a breakdown or a review of this and also bring you what the making of the song looked like. Because we've been lucky enough that some of you have sent us some of the videos of the making of. And it hasn't been released yet. The movie is on the 11th of August, which is coming out. And it has a huge cast. Amir Khan, I don't know how to pronounce his name. SRK,
Yep.
Kareena Kapoor.
I mean, it's big 90s, early 2000s nostalgia. I'm
And
about that.
The main track is obviously Arijit and Pritam.
Pritam.
So it's a bloody great composition. So let's have a deep dive. There's some people that probably haven't heard the song. I would encourage you to go to the original.
It's
This will be a
magical.
very in-depth review thing. So it might not be for you, but it is for you. Let's give it a watch. Yeah, we're performing, ladies and gentlemen, at the 1MX. You know what's mad? We went from reacting to these guys like KZ, Darren Spanto, Bamboo, Easy Mill, to now opening for them, which is fucking unreal. You know what else was unreal? You can get £5 off if you click the link in the description below in your tickets. It'll be the 1st of October. Tickets are running out fast. So make sure you buy them now. And that's Efra the promoter. Done!
Make sure you buy them now.
There's no music video yet.
No.
So this
is
one has like the English translation.
Brilliant.
Typical Pritam intro with an Arijit collaboration.
Just listen to that atmosphere, though.
That, my friends, is what makes Pritam and Arijit's
So magical.
collaborative effort so fucking special.
I agree.
It's the idea of there's no rush, less is more, let melody be melody, and fuck the market. And by the way, the lyrics, dude, I don't know how accurate this stuff is in English in the websites I've seen it, but holy shit, am I intrigued in this movie.
Yes, I do wonder what type of like genre. It's obviously
Drama.
drama,
It's
but
drama.
like to what extent we're really getting into like the depths of the genre itself.
I haven't looked at the plot. I haven't heard and reviewed this song with the intent of trying to guess what the plot will be. We did this with Caseria, and it seems we're pretty bang on from what people also predict. So maybe let's try and do this and guess what the fuck is up.
Okay, fair enough. It's such a beautiful singing line, though. Ooh, it's brilliant. Okay, let's talk about the singing situation happening here. So you're hearing a bunch of layered vocals that are, I think it's female vocalists as well, that they are working like a set of string instruments. So they're working in crescendos, in open vowels, so that creates this like really interesting depth perception of the song itself. So it feels like a breeze in the summer night. So it's kind of like, it's very theatrical, but it's also so subtle that if you don't pay attention to the song itself, you kind of lose, you miss the opportunity to understand why it's so deep. But I also love the singing phrase in the main vocalist, in Arijit's case, because it's quite dynamic, because the song, the singing phrase could be quite flat. It could have that predictable idea to the singing phrase itself, given the fact that it's like a pop ballad. But in this particular case, the dynamics are in the micronotes and like the understanding that you can create more of a journey,
Right.
varying in the same core essence of the tune. If
Yeah,
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
you're creating undulations. It's sort of like
Correct.
life when you drive down a road. They're very unlikely you're going to go through a road that's just like this. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, twists and turns. And you're
Correct.
not trying to recreate the same through a singing phrase.
The best part though is that every dynamic, it's a highlight in the singing phrase. It doesn't feel like it's overdoing it, or it's not something that you overlook either.
Hence why probably Arijit has become one of our favorite singers this year.
Correct.
Because of his capability of doing this and also doing this live. I will show you a clip of he sang this live like last week in
How
Sydney.
crazy!
So we'll have a look at that as well.
जाने न क्यों इस दफा
was gonna say.
There's two sections of the song. This bit, and then there's the bit that that bit is probably the bit that's gonna be the most replayed, the most iconic bit of the song. But this section of the song is so smart. Pull it back again.
No problem.
And this is again what makes Pritam, in my eyes, someone who has understood. He would
the
be
assignment.
he would be a really interesting person to converse to, and I don't know if he does interviews. I have no idea. I know Arijit, he very rarely sits down and talks, but Pritam would be really intriguing because he seems to have understood what I've been banging on about for the last year. I don't have the capability myself because I'm not a composer. If I did have the capability, I guess this is what I would wish to hear, which is the idea of you mustn't create a piece or you must not compose a song in which you have created isolated components.
Correct.
That then merge together and make a song.
But they still feel isolated in their own way.
You must create, in my eyes, it's the same way as I guess great chefs create food. You want to have the highest quality of ingredients, so that the flavor of each one can become distinctively highlighted in one bite, but they are
still be like one entity.
But they have synergy in your mouth, and each flavor, and it stimulates not only your tongue, but it stimulates your nose with the smell, and it stimulates
the senses.
Exactly. It's also a visually captivating piece, and it's the same here. In music, it's a bit harder because you're only stimulating one of the senses, the hearing, but you can also ignite imagination on where the song can go, or what this could mean, or what it may ignite kinesthetically, feeling wise. And for example, mixing in the percussion to be the call and response to the drop of the chord, it's fucking genius, because they do this really well in EDM, by the way. So you create this fucking percussion that then calls into the chord or the most replayable bit of the song, and it creates this feeling of like, ooh, what was that? And that's why you feel that.
Well, it's interesting though, because it's like a syncopated entrance too.
Yeah.
So it creates this like you're at the edge of a cliff before you even see what's gonna happen.
How can I explain syncopation?
It's like really free falling with a parachute.
A syncopation, it's imagine you went overboard in the margin, because it's usually 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
And then you come back in 1.
Exactly. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's usually a count. Now imagine if you're writing in a math book. I don't know if wherever you're from, usually books have like margins, right? Or in a Word document or anything like that, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. That doesn't fucking feel right, right? But it creates this feeling of angst. This creates this feeling of unexpectancy. Correct. That's why it feels like that.
Yeah. No percussion, calls of vocals. So it's a really cool, because the dynamic of the percussion also working with the same dynamics of the vocals. So like the phrasing and the syllables are actually falling in the same beat. Yep. So if you pay attention to that, it's just beautiful composition. You see, it's so clever. I just love the piano. It's the best part of the song.
And something that has been unfortunately lost in the West sometimes in compositions, especially commercial pieces to promote a movie. I think this has to be put into such perspective. This is the song that's meant to do the best commercially, to amp up, to make hype of the song, of the movie. Sorry, and usually in the West, like I think a great example of this might have been like. Yeah, that movie with Lady Gaga, Falling As Stars, whatever the fuck it is.
You're talking about The Star Is Born.
Right, Adam Levine.
Oh no, it's Bradley Cooper actually.
No, the person who sings that song of
Oh, you're talking about Begin Again with Adam Levine, yeah.
Him, but that was a great piece that released before the movie.
Yes.
Maybe you can put a snippet or like poster of the thing, because I don't know if people know what the fuck movie I'm talking about. That was one of the pieces that did this really correctly. It encapsulated the concept of the movie.
It's with Keira Knightley.
The concept of the movie auditory speaking. Most movies, like I don't want to shit on Marvel constantly, but Marvel does this really badly. They did it with what's the Black Panther?
Yes.
It was All Our Stars or some shit like that. All in our, it was like Kendrick Lamar, Ziza. It was a shit track. It did nothing for the movie. Yes. It genuinely did not.
It was literally at the end credits.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where it pisses me off that all this stuff. Maybe you hear at the end, or why does that sound like Black Panther? That's not what Black Panther sounds like, bro. You know what I mean? Or Iron Man soundtrack. It's like the AC/DC thing. It wasn't specifically made for Iron Man. They just took a song that they thought would go well because it's kind of cool.
But they did a fantastic job of that.
That was great, right? But that song wasn't specifically composed for Iron Man, right? It just kind of fucking worked. It's the same with the new Thor movies. Oh, the whole soundtrack is just a compilation of
the
great
best
hits.
80s.
Yeah, it's just cheap. That's cheap, bro. You just bought the rights and that's it because you have money. You know, it takes guts to create something that then also encapsulates a melody, which then people will remember for the movie and will remember the song by the movie.
And not only that, but it's like reminiscing of the feeling that you first had when you experienced the movie, including the soundtrack.
Just solve all the issues with money, man. You know, go on.
Well, you can look at this song.
Well, yeah, go on. I imagine he's working with Arijit and pretend it's very expensive.
I don't think so. And like the cast of that drama, bro, there's money. Listen to those strings. The swell in that, I had never paid attention to that before. Here we go. It's like so minuscule though. Are you paying attention to the fact that there's no percussion in this verse, right? And so you're twinkling in the arpeggios of the piano to create even more of a magical atmosphere. That's worth highlighting because I feel like the melody of the vocals already provides that cinematic feel, but it's enhanced by the twinkling of segmented piano playing because it's like complementary to the vocals.
There's also a huge emphasis, not on this video because this is a translation video that we just found, but in the original video from T-Series there's a huge emphasis as well on this, on a starry night, wind, moon. The
whole song is about like there will never be another night like this.
Exactly. So there's a huge emphasis on the idea that you want to also try and paint the picture of what a night sounds like, or what it may sound like if you were up in space, listening to the twinkles of the stars. And
it's more like you want to paint the picture of a very special night. Yes. How can you? Right. You know, and Pretend did a fantastic job though. This is unbeaten. It's so brilliant. I love that part. This chorus is so great. And it's the layered vocals.
Something that happens a lot is the song actually, I thought it was 16s, but it has 8s on the hi-hats. So it goes 16s would be the 16s was just double the speed of that. 4s would be
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
8 would be 16s would be right. So the reason why it feels like it still carries and it has so much rhythmicality is because of the choice of the 8s in the hi-hat. Yes. But also the fucking piano creates like a bell. Yes. Ding, ding.
Correct.
Ding.
Yes.
And it creates, everything was harmoniously made for percussion. Actually, the reason why this song carries is the percussion. Yes. Not just because of the strings do a great job and the vocals of Arijit do a great job, but the reason why it feels like
there's something to it. Yeah.
It feels like that is because the percussion is great. Everything's so well made to amplify percussion. Actually, a group that does this really well is Polyphia. The reason why their tracks bang is because the percussion section. Wow, I can't really speak today.
That's all right.
Very difficult when doing a review in this depth.
I do think I'll give you my ideas towards the end.
Pull it back. This is my favorite Arijit song this year. It beats everything else that I have heard. It also fits as well to our personal taste of things. My mother fucking loves this song.
This song.
Father adores this song. Father is a bit more. You guys have heard him like sort of talk, and he does have good knowledge of music, and he's a great percussionist himself, but drummer actually. I'm the percussionist in the family. He's always been the drummer, and he likes to listen to songs in which he can understand the lyrics because he's quite a poet himself. He really enjoys and values the things of lyricism.
Quite the lyricist.
So if you find he's able to obviously appreciate and dissect music of from all across the world, but the music he listens to the most is obviously in English or in Spanish, and
more often with the lyricism that resonates with him.
The most. If you pay attention to the music he listens to, you pay attention to the lyrics. It's like yeah, that's like that.
Yeah.
So when you find him listening to songs or enjoying songs in which he cannot understand the lyrics, obviously now we know what the lyrics is about, but before we didn't, and we've always had that kind of, I don't know, ability of just being able to depict things from melodies and enjoying things that we may not understand at first. If you see my dad, if you see father enjoying that type of music, it's because the level of music must be so high and it must have so many layers that this is probably the 50th time I've heard this song, and I'm still discovering new things. So I would highly encourage you to do that. Can we please listen to the snippet of him singing it live? I found it quite annoying that it's on shorts because on laptop, like you can't really zoom in, so I do apologize for the bad video. But yeah, this is in Sydney, I think. It's
Oh my gosh, he is so grounded. Whoa!
They added a bansuri or a flute.
I also think the band doesn't know this. He's basically singing a cappella.
Yeah, they don't know it, yeah. I understand. Fuck, he eats CDs, bro.
He really is like, and obviously in this type of like environments, which it's like it's something that you haven't rehearsed, the band doesn't know it, especially when it's something so.
Or maybe they do, maybe it's just a different arrangement. I don't know.
The thing is, like, he's such a live musician, and so is the rest of his team.
Hand in his pocket.
Yeah, he's out here living his best life, and I really do appreciate the I don't know, the effort in which you have to, because you're like, is like his rubato is like he's leading the way for the musicians to like know when to change or where the song is gonna go or whatever, and that's quite a tough thing to improvise in the moment.
Yeah, I think
This guy's, obviously he's one of the greatest though, right?
It's tough, definitely. I think when you've probably have on your bag at the moment like over 12 shows, maybe 15 shows.
He's also sounding incredibly grounded. That comes with a lot of usage. So this tour has been quite
It's been
tough.
long.
Yeah.
It's been fucking long. I can't believe it still. He just went from... Dude, just the flight alone from the UK to Australia. Shoot me in the leg. So, rough, man. And so he's been touring a lot and doing lots of dates. So you get to a point where... let's just try something different. Let's do things. Let's listen to the crowd. I want to interact with people. That's the whole reason of touring. And his music, again, you got to be at a high level of shit to be able to even think like this. And he can. But yeah, that's why it is tough. But I just enjoy it for what it is because he has that ability.
Yes.
There is the making of. Again, really in depth today's video. I don't want to make it super long, but this is what we enjoy a lot.
The thing is, like, we've already heard the song, so we want to know a little bit more about what the meaning is behind it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is a little behind the scenes from T-Series. I hope they don't block this shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. It's true. That's also something really interesting though. When you think about the composition of music itself, this particular song does a brilliant job at making everybody want to sing along. So melody, it's the main character. It's the main reason for the song of being. So the sequence, even though the song structure itself is very repetitive, like it's an A-B type of song and it repeats itself. The structure itself, it's one and the same. But what it's key is the fact that the section of the song is going to make the track. and he understood that quite easily. And even if you see it here in the
It's
making
muted.
of it, everybody is singing.
You see?
And Katrina, even Katrina Kapoor. You see?
Oh yeah, people don't know. Pritam's a great singer.
Oh, he's a fantastic singer. You see? And that's the magic of creating a melody that it's so incredibly recognizable that even if you don't know the song, the second time round you hear it, you're singing along to it. Dude, I love these videos.
Are you sure? How about this one?
No.
Perfect.
That's what I love about
I love this fucking
Sup
concept.
sessions, because that's what I meant about the singing dynamic, right? That it's so well thought through. Nothing
It's by accident.
No, nothing
Truly.
is a mistake in the booth.
please.
Something that happened in the situation. I love
मुझे क्या
that.
लगता है तेरे को थोड़ा डर है कि ये ओल्ड फैशन गाना लगेगा
this
क्योंकि
video.
एक दो दफा बोल चुका है थोड़ा ओल्ड फैशन है सिद्धू ने बोला है
I think that's basically it. Those are all kind of the little clips.
Oh, it's fun. I love that.
Very interesting movie. I think that will come out. It's definitely coming out before Quesaria, and I think given that it's a drama, and it's August, it's quite soon. Given that it's a drama, I would imagine the score is going to be probably more down our alleyway, in comparison to like a much more what we call a sci-fi commercial movie. So I don't know. I can't promise if we will be ready in August with a new channel of sort of music reviews, but in movies alone, where we'll take the time. They will be longer videos, of course, because we have to watch the movie as well, and you'll get bits and bobs of the movie as our reactions in the moment, and then obviously the review of the scores and stuff like that. Because the only thing we're knowledgeable in is music.
Yeah.
I guess when you watch enough movies, you can have form opinions of things and stuff like that. But we're no experts in movies or anything like that. And to be fair, we're no experts in music. That's the thing we're the best at for whatever ability level we're at.
Correct, yes.
I do also want to say, if you're in London and you'd like to watch us perform, we do have some dates on the 1st of October at the 1MX Filipino Music Festival.
You can get your tickets on the pinned comment on the section.
It's really
below.
special to us because to the same guys from the Philippines that we've been reacting and reviewing, and I know we've introduced some of you guys too, or you knew already of them, we're opening for them, so that's a fucking huge privilege. And I'm beginning again, kind of resurgence of our, I guess, music careers again. So it's a really nice opportunity, and all brought to you by you guys. So the link will be in the description if you'd like to see us perform. And I hope you enjoyed the review and the breakdown of this.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.